All right. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
A very good morning.
Yes, good
Uh,
morning.
this is an honor to present my today's presentation on the literature review on my topic, a study of operation and resistance from the selected works of Vijay Tendulkar. This is the requirement for the pre-PhD coursework under UGC Malviya Mission Training Center, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, Aurangabad. So this is one of the requirements because we had to submit our assignments, and now this is the seminar presentation submission. For that sake, I could obtain your valuable time. I'm grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, before uh, beginning for the today's presentation, I would like to give you a quick overview of the things what we are going to cover in this presentation. Throughout this presentation, I'll be covering the introduction, purpose, scope, objective, and impact. And along with this, I'll be presenting the significance of Vijay Tendulkar in Indian theatre as well. After that, there will be an introduction to the major works I have already selected for my research work. And the third thing will be thematic analysis of operation, then the critique of social structures, representation of resistance, critical perspectives, scholarly approaches, and then there will be a conclusion, and at the end, there will be a question answer session, sir. Okay. So if you permit me, may I please start the presentation, sir?
Yes,
Okay,
you may
thank you so
start.
much, sir. Thank you so much. So, as I said, that today I'll be presenting my literature review on Vijay Tendulkar's works, focusing specifically on the themes of operation and resistance. Uh, as we all know that Tendulkar is a key figure in Indian theatre, known for his powerful and thought-provoking plays. So here my aim is to show how Tendulkar uses his plays to challenge societal norms and advocate for marginalized individuals. So the scope of this literature review is, or the scope of this research is that we will explore how Tendulkar's plays critique societal norms and highlight the struggles of marginalized and oppressed people. His plays are more than just entertainment. It is not just entertainment because it talks, it is a kind of mirror of the society. So they are powerful tools for social commentary and reform. So we will look at his major works and see how he portrays oppression and resistance through his characters and narratives. So by understanding Tendulkar's approach, we can appreciate the depth and impact of his contributions to the Indian theatre and for the social justice as well. So here I purposely want to add the significance of Vijay Tendulkar because he's a key figure in Indian theatre, and Tendulkar's plays are like mirrors that reflect the raw and often uncomfortable truths about our society. So his works are known for their harsh realism. So as we know, there is a naturalism and a realism. In the naturalism, as we say, that mother feeds her baby, this is a naturalism because every mother feeds her baby. But the realism is when that baby grown up, so that after growing up, that baby goes against the mother. This is the realism, right? So Tendulkar dives deep into social issues, showing us the world as it is and not as we wish it to be, right? So he understands the human nature and how society functions, which allows aim to create powerful and thought-provoking stories. So through his plays, he explores big themes like power, then the corruption and gender operation and societal norms, so making his work crucial for discussion on social justice. Okay, so there are the major works, those are selected for my research. Am I audible, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. So the works I have selected
Yes, yes.
are
Oh,
Kamala, Ghashiram Kotwal, Sakaram, the bookbinder, and Silence the Court is in session. So when we talk about Kamla, so can we imagine a world where human lives are treated like objects, as we buy the objects and sell the objects? So in this play, the Kamla, this play shines a light on both caste and gender operation specifically. It is based on a real incident where a journalist buys a woman to expose human trafficking. So here Kamla shows us how the media often sensitizes the stories instead of addressing the real issues. Okay, it also highlights how patriarchy controls both public and private life. So urging us to think about these broader social problems in Kamla. So here Tendulkar makes us to think that in the 19th century, even how the humans were treated like objects and how they were being oppressed. Then the second play we have is Ghashiram the Constable, or Ghashiram Kotwal, we say. Now here, uh, Vijay Tendulkar depicts power and corruption. So Ghashiram Kotwal is set in 18th century Pune and uses history to critique these issues. The story of Ghashiram Kotwal is who rises to power by exploiting a corrupt system and mirrors today's political and social issues. It reminds us, hello, is my PPT visible,
yes, yes.
sir? I think
Now, now you are visible.
yes,
PPT is
and
not visible now.
yes, right, right. So I'll just set the problem.
Yeah.
It's a range issue actually. All right. So
Yes, yes.
further,
But your voice is already hearable.
yes, fine. So I'll have to share the PPT again. Just let me share it. Huh, sir? These are the technical glitches. We have to face them.
Okay.
Sorry for that, huh, sir. Don't know what is wrong.
If not possible, you can audibly
Yes, I
present.
can. Yes, I can continue that. I guess now I can do it.
After some time, the problems of internet will be solved.
Yes, right, sir. Right. All right. We are asked to cover 15 minutes, sir, and I guess I'll take more than that, almost 20 to 25 minutes, so that overall 15 minutes can be covered. Yes, it is connecting. Yes,
Okay.
just give me a minute, sir, please.
Yes. Yeah.
Recording.
All right. So I think now this is visible, right, sir? All right.
Still not.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So we were talking about
Oh,
Ghashiram Kotwal, where the power politics and corruption is depicted. And in the what I'll do, sir, again,
Yet problem is not solved.
Mhm.
Not showing your PPT.
Yes, sir, yes. It will be all right. Even being in the Wi-Fi network, so this problem is arising. See,
Okay, okay.
now
Yes.
I guess it is all right. Now it will remain all right, I guess.
No, yes.
Yes, fine. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So, the next play for my research is Sakharam, the bookbinder, or in Marathi it is written as Sakharam Binder. So, let's consider Sakharam Binder. This play challenges the traditional ideas of what is right and wrong. So it shows a character who rejects societal norms and revealing how these norms often oppress women. So Sakharam Binder makes the audience question the moral standards and how society treats women, highlighting the power struggles in personal relationships. Because Sakharam is the person who brings women to his house, and for their survival, he gives them the place, and he takes the advantage. And here, he doesn't feel anything wrong. So here, that is why he rejects the societal norms, and there we get to see that how patriarchal power or how gender operation takes place in Sakharam Binder. And the next one is Silence the Court is in Session. The court is in session exposes that how society and the justice system oppress women. So through a mock trial, the main character Leela Benare we have in the court is in session. Uh, she is harshly judged for her personal choices. Now, as we have the freedom of choice, so even having the freedom of choice, this Leela Benare is harshly judged for her personal choices. So this play focuses on the psychological impact of societal and institutional power, highlighting the urgent need for change. All right. So here the objective of this review, or we can say the main goal of this literature review is to look at what scholars have said about Tendulkar's portrayal of oppression and resistance. So we want to give a comprehensive overview of the critical discussions around his major plays. So this review will show how Tendulkar's works reflect the political and social realities, and at the same time how it reflects on the oppression and the resistance done by the characters in his plays. Okay, so by examining his work, we highlight his deep understanding of power dynamics and the human condition, showing his significant contributions to literature and social commentary, sir. Okay. So the impact here we get to see is that Tendulkar's contribution to Indian theatre uh, is immense. So his plays often spark intense discussions and debates and challenging audiences to confront uncomfortable truths about society. Now, here when we talk about it sparks the intense debates. Let me tell you, sir, when this Gashiram Kotwal was released, actually, so it was in a huge argument, and it was banned
Basic
on the
station.
stages, right? So it challenges the audience to confront uncomfortable truths and about society. So his ability to portray the raw and brutal realities of what we can say the societal issues sets him apart as a playwright who not only entertains but also educates and makes us think. So the next point I want to discuss is the thematic analysis of operation. That how operation is thematic analysis I'll be discussing on. So here In the thematic analysis of operation, while discussing on societal and instructional operation, Tendulkar's play often shine a light on the various forms of societal and institutional operations. So first we are going to see these types of operations, and later we are going to look at the representation of the resistance. So here first play I'm taking is that Silence the Court is in Session. This play showcases the judicial system as a tool of patriarchal operation. The female protagonist Leela Benare in Silence the Courtesan Session is subjected to a mock trial where her personal life is scrutinized and judged by her male peers. The trial serves as a metaphor for societal judgment and the systemic operation of women. So there is a scene where Benare is accused of having an affair and being pregnant out of wedlock. The male characters representing society judge her harshly, ignoring their own moral feelings. So this scene is particularly powerful as it highlights how societal and institutional structures oppress women and punishing them for their independence and personal choices. So Benares a strong rebuttal where she asserts her right to live her life on her own terms, but exposes the deep-seated patriarchal values that seek to control women's autonomy. Okay, now again in the Kamla, now this play Tendulkar critiques the commodification of human lives as we in the introductory part, as I said that there is a point of human trafficking and the women are sold and they are borrowed as an object. So here, through the character of Kamala, a woman who is bought by a journalist to expose the trafficking trade, Kamala is treated as property, and her story reveals the deep-seated issues of gender operation and exploitation in the play Kamala. Now here, if we talk about the scene in the Kamala, so when Kamala is brought into the journalist's home, she is paraded in front of his wife and guests as if she were an object. So this scene underscores the dehumanization and exploitation she faces, reflecting broader societal issues of treating women as commodities. So this is a serious issue which is raised in Tendulkar's plays. Now in Ghanshiram Kotwal, this play uses historical allegory to highlight the abuse of power by those in authority. The protagonist Ghashiram gains power through manipulation and violence, exploiting the corrupt system to become a feared figure. Now, here in the scene, we get to see that Ghashiram rise to power. In the first phase, we see that Ghashiram is the oppressed character, but uh, in the sense of revenge, he rises to power and involves him using brutal methods to maintain control. Okay, so this is a kind of resistance we get to see in this play, such as arbitrary arrest and public humiliations is taken place in by the order of Gashiram when he becomes Kotwal or the constable in the reign of Peshwas. So one striking scene is where Gashiram publicly humiliates innocent citizens to establish his authority. So this illustrates that how those in power oppress the weak and use fear and violence to maintain their status. Now, as we can see in the current government in India, when they were not in the throne, and the moment they came in the throne, they started, humiliating the people, as we have seen many cases of mob lynching and all. So here I can relate this scene with the present scene. So Ghashiram's own downfall later in the play, when he becomes a victim of the very system he manipulated, so underscores the transient and destructive nature of corrupt power. In Sakharam Binder also we get to see that Sakharam's treatment of the women, where he dictates their lives and punishes them for disobedience, and highlights how individuals can exploit societal norms to exert control over others. So especially women, revealing the inherent oppression in such relationships. In one scene, we get to see that Sakharam violently reprimands Lakshmi for minor disobediences, asserting his dominance. Now, this moment exposes the deep-seated gender oppression masked by the character Sakharam. Okay, the women's subtle acts of resistance, like Lakshmi maintaining her dignity, or one more character is there, sir, Champa. So Champa standing up to Sakharam and provide a counter narrative to his oppressive control. So this is how the societal and institutional operation is discussed. Now the next we get to see throughout this presentation, I want to jump on to the representation of resistance here. Now, how the things are depicted. Now, as we can go in the flow, silence, the court is in session. So in this analysis, we get to see that Benare, Leela Benare resists by asserting her autonomy and defending her dignity. So when she is defending her dignity, this is the representation of resistance we get to see, which was depicted by Vijay Tendulkar in his display, Silence the Court is in Session. Okay. So she becomes outspoken and she defends her own dignity through her powerful speech. Okay. And through her powerful speech in the courtroom, she passionately argues for her right to live her life on her own. So this is a kind of representation of resistance we get to see. Then in Kamala also, where she questions the morality of her treatment and the societal norms that allow such exploitations and mark her resistance. Her journey from being commodified as, uh, in as the journalist buys her in the market, and she is commodified. So her journey from being a commodified individual to someone who questions and challenges her exploitation and highlights her personal resistance. So Jaisingh's realization later, Jaisingh realizes of his ethical responsibilities and subsequent actions to expose the trafficking network, further represent an individual's moral resistance against systemic exploitation, sir. So in Ghanshiram Kotwal also we get to see that Ghashiram's tyranny becomes unbearable when he rises to power and he starts humiliating public. The community bands together to resist his rule. So this is again a kind of representation of the resistance, the collective uprising against Ghashiram. So culminating in his downfall, and this downfall demonstrates the power of collective action against oppression. So this play reflects the potential of communities to unite and challenge corrupt and oppressive authorities, emphasizing the importance of solidarity in resistance. In Sakharam Binder also we get to see that Lakshmi, one of Sakharam's partners, resists by adhering to her own moral and ethical standards despite Sakharam's oppressive behavior. So her decisions to leave Sakharam and return only to help Champa, the another character we have, showcases her resilience and resistance. So Champa's eventual refusal to comply with Sakharam's demands and her assertive confrontation highlights her resistance against his oppressive control. All right. So the next point we have is nuanced portrayal. There is a complexity of characters here. As in the play Silence the Courtesan Session, we have Leela Benare. From Kamla, we have Kamla, the character. From Sakharam, the bookbinder, we have the characters, those who resist to the oppression are Lakshmi and Champa. And here in Ghanshiram Kotwal, first we get to see that first Ghanshiram is the one who is oppressed, and later he rises to the power, and later on the public who is under control of Ghanshiram becomes the oppressed ones, right? So there is a complexity of characters we get to see throughout the what we say, the plays. Again, now we get to see throughout this presentation the critical perspectives scholars have given on this place. So there are perspectives like, through the feminist critique and Marxist analysis and post-colonial studies and psychoanalytical studies. Here I am relating what we say, the references I have used for this analysis. So I would like to take you to those references, sir. So here the overview, we get to see that scholars like Chakravarti, here I can show you the uh, reference, sir, on which we are going to talk. Think I have not mentioned the references here, but fine. Those references I have provided in the literature review that I have sent you, sir. So you can check it there.
Yeah.
So Chakravarti, who has written his article in 2005, he has extensively explored the gender dynamics in Vijay Tendulkar's plays, sir. So they focus on how female character resist patriarchal oppression. Okay, so all right. The time limit we have is now 10 minutes, sir. So I'll try to cover up this. Okay, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. They
Yes.
focus on how
Yeah.
female character resist patriarchal operation. So this is now one of the operation we get to see. Now it is now this kind of resistance I'm going to add into my research. Now this is a patriarchal operation. We have got to see the psychological operation. We have got to see the gender operation. Right. So there are many types of operations we are going to see through my research and the literature review, and there will be the theme of resistance to these kind of operations as well. Now again, what Chakravarti says that Benare's resistance against the false accusations and her assertion for personal dignity are central to feminist interpretations of the play. So her passionate speech in the courtroom, where she defends her right to live her life on her own terms. So this highlights the struggle for women's autonomy. Okay. Now in Kamla also we get to see that Kamla questions Jai Singh about the morality of her treatment and the societal norms that allow such exploitations, and showcases her growing awareness and resistance. Okay. Now from the Marxist analysis, if we get to see, so Savni, there is a researcher who has depicted in his journal of 2007. So he has examined the class struggles. Those are depicted in the Tendulkar's narratives. So they highlight the economic uh, underpinnings of social oppression and the fight against this injustice. Sorry, sir. All right. Now, in Ghanshiram Kotwal also, from the Marxist perspective, Ghanshiram's manipulation of the corrupt system to gain power and his subsequent tyrannical rule highlight the exploitation and oppression inherent in corrupt power structures. So this scene illustrates the Marxist critique of how the ruling class exploits and oppresses the lower classes to maintain their dominance. Okay, sir. So the next
Yeah.
thing, from the post-colonial studies perspective, which was given by Mukherjee, who has written his article in 2002. He has published the article in 2002. So, there is an examination of the cultural and historical context of Tendulkar's works. So they highlight the influence of colonial legacies on contemporary power structures and resistance movement. So we can take one of the examples from, let's say, Silence the Court is in Session. So there is a scene, the play, where exploration of Benares' inner world, particularly her moments of despair and defiance during the mock trial, provide a rich material of understanding the interplay of individual psyche and societal expectations. So this is how, from the different perspectives, we get to see the analysis over the plays written by Vijay Tendulkar. Now I'm turning to the conclusion, sir. Uh, First of all, we'll jump to the
Yes,
summary
yes.
of key points, sir. Throughout this presentation, we have seen how Vijay Tendulkar's plays serve the powerful mirrors, reflecting the profound impact of societal issues on Indian theatre and societal discourse. So Tendulkar's works are like sharp lenses that focuses on themes of oppression and resistance. So we explored how Tendulkar uses his plays to change societal norms and highlight the struggles of marginalized individuals. So his characters, we get to see, often they navigate uh, turbulent seas of power dynamics, both resisting and reflecting the oppressive forces around them. Okay, sir. So again, now in Tendulkar's plays, they also depict various forms of resistance, as uh, I mentioned before, whether it's individual or collective, whether it is psychological or whether it is the power operation or whether it is a gender operation. So much like small sparks, they ignite larger fires or rebellion. So here the rebellion is the resistance. Okay. So characters like Leela Benare and Kamla, they stands as a pillar of personal defiance against oppressive norms. Okay, so again, we could see the different scholarly approaches from feminist perspective, from Marxist perspective, from post-colonial colonial perspectives, right? So, and from the psychoanalytic perspective also, I wanted to analyze, sir, but due to the short time, I couldn't do that. But I
Time.
want to mention that psychoanalytic readings delve into the internal conflicts of the characters. Uh, and those conflicts, sometimes they becomes more oppressed, otherwise they becomes the rebellious form of what we can say, the rebellious form of the resistance. So much like exploring the hidden depths of turbulent norms and injustices, there we get to see the ability to portray the harsh realities of oppression. So here, uh, I want to just conclude at the end that Tendulkar's legacy as a playwright who tackles social issues and continues to inspire and provoke thoughts, much like a lighthouse guiding ships through a storm, right, sir? So his plays not only entertain, as I said, but also educate, pushing audiences to rethink their assumptions and biases. As we move forward, it's crucial to keep engaging with Tendulkar's works, exploring their themes and applying their lessons to today's social issues. His plays offer timeless insights into human struggles and the perpetual quest for justice and equality. So like a compass pointing, as compass points us towards a better future. So here I end my presentation, and thank you for your valuable time and your attention and your guidance, sir. Thank you so much. If you have any question, you please ask me, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes. First of all, I appreciate your presentations on your PhD thesis,
Yes, sir.
PhD title on the study of operation and resistance from the selected works of Vijay Tendulkar. Basically, we are focused on the four plays, just like Kamla, Hoshiram Kotwal, Sakaram, Binder, and Silence, the court is in session.
Yes,
Very nice your presentations and give some references, theoretical analysis of operation, societal and institutional operation, abuses of power, critique of social structure, systematic issues, and representations of registrations, as well as critical perspectives, its scholarly approaches, see how all things included your presentations. It's held our university, Dr. Wasamekar University, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, under the guidance of UGC. Very nice presentations I like,
thank you
and
so
I
much.
am so satisfied
Thank you.
and looking forward. Just you have giving some extra references
Yes,
on
sir.
your works.
Yes, sir. Sir, I should have
Overall, I
mentioned
am
them in the
satisfied.
PPT, but I just forgot. I'm sorry for that. But the
Yes,
literature which I have provided to you, it is there, sir.
no, it is important that
Yes.
whatever you have opted your valuable opinion on that,
Yes, sir.
you
Yes.
must have to
Mention them
with
in the PPT. Yes,
references.
sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Overall, it is very nice presentations.
Yes,
I am also satisfied
thank you so much.
and go forward with this.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
And